Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Football Manager 2021 as we continue our Journeyman Glory Hunter series with Marseille in Ligue 1 in France. And things have been going pretty well, although the last few games have been a little rougher than I would like. Good news is, though, Bob comes back tomorrow, and we got some transfer money. Let's get into the episode. All right, here we are, and here is the schedule. The last time you guys saw a game was, way back up here, Madrid, Bordeaux, I think, right? You saw the 2-0 win against Madrid, and then the 3-1 win against Bordeaux, and then I went and played a whole bunch of games after that. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You guys saw, I skipped the Bordeaux. You guys saw the OL game. That is correct. And we then went up against FC Nantes here. Got a goal from Spangenberg. Doing pretty good, honestly. He's been really good on that right-hand side. And so getting a goal from him was pretty awesome, although I would have liked to score a few more goals than that. You then see part of the start of some of our struggles. In fact, some of this is reminiscent of our struggles. We've got a 5-0 win here, but everything else around this is struggle because we're just not getting more than 2 goals here and there. So I feel like that's a sign of some things. Some of that is to do with the fact that the boys are exhausted, absolutely exhausted. And so I've had to rotate our one and only left midfielder a couple times, Valade, and play like someone who's like a half star or 1 star and stuff like that because he's just exhausted. And with all the championship games and everything else so close together, we need some more rotation. That's why we're glad to have some transfer money and Bob coming back. But anyway, so we went up against Celtic or Celtic, whichever. And we had a goal from Hazenut. They scored a goal really, really late. Very unfortunate, very frustrating. But good news is, and we can go look at these other ones as well, we've already qualified to get out of the Group A. So honestly, the rest of these games are kind of irrelevant. I say irrelevant. They're worth money to us. If we win, it's 2.7 mil. If we draw, it's I think 900,000. If we lose, I assume we get basically nothing, or I don't know what happens we get. We haven't lost yet, thankfully. But winning obviously is good for money. So we definitely want to try and win if we can. We then went up against US Orleans and just went on a goal-scoring just clinic here. Got a goal from Velati, got a goal from Hughes, got a goal from Bertelli, got a goal from Moises. We had 4-0 in the first half, and then Hazenut picks up a penalty a few minutes into the second half, and that was it. Goals galore. And I'm like, this is awesome. Things are going great. We then got our first non-win game in the league against EA Guingamp. Man, how many times have they like stumped us a few times along the way? 0-0. Nothing to talk about here. Just an absolute atrocious home game here. Very, very unfortunate. I think we're still on like a 25 game home win streak going back into last season, or home non-losing streak going back to last season. So we haven't lost at home in a very, very long time. We then went up against KRC Genk in the Champions Cup. We got a goal from Wood and a penalty shot from Hazenut. They picked up a goal as well. Overall, decent game. Nothing to really to write home about though. We then went up against, my former team Amiens with a goal from Hibbert and a goal from Spangenberg. They actually had a guy sent off in the 58th minute, but by then the game was pretty much kind of trending to be already over, although I would have liked to put up a couple more goals against Amiens, to be honest. We then went up against Reims. Oh my goodness. How did we lose this game? Again, people were exhausted by the time we got to this game. People were just absolutely worn out. But still, in my opinion, no excuse to lose this. They picked up a penalty shot early, and then he picked up another shot at the 16th minute. We controlled the game. We controlled the possession. We controlled the XG. We just did not control the scoreboard. So it is what it is. We then went up against KRC Genk again. This time only a 1-0 win at home. And again, I'm starting to feel like, man, we're not doing a very good job of scoring anymore. Where's those 5-0s? Where's those 3-1s? Where's those 5-0, 4-0, 3-0s? Like, it just wasn't feeling good right then. But we did get the goal from Hazenut in the late goal. I honestly thought there was going to be another draw. Again, by then, I think we had already secured at least our qualification, but we're still want to try and get a good placement in this Group A. So, and then again, against SM Kine, however you say that, another 0-0 draw. Like, absolutely just disappointing in a lot of ways. Just not good play from anybody. But again, boys are just really, really tired. In fact, I'll show you that here in a second. We're about to play AS Saint Etienne. I'm going to play the Real Madrid game offline because it's not relevant in this level because it's we've already qualified, and then we'll come back and play the Strasbourg game because actually Strasbourg beat us late last season And so it'd be good to kind of get some revenge against them. So we'll play the AS Saint Etienne and the Strasbourg after that. But as for this game, actually, before I get into this game, I will show you our finances. It says original budget 34.21 mil. They gave us 23 mil, I think, or 24, something like that. I then bought a player. We'll show him. I sold a player and then bought another player. And I'm about to potentially sell one more player and buy another one. So we're doing a lot of buying and selling of players that maybe aren't quite what we need to be able to get other players in. We also got a wage budget increase as well. So getting both those increases is really going to help us get just a couple more players to put us over the edge, really specifically to get us some relief players. Because if we're going to go very far in the Champions Cup or the French Cup or even just the league itself, we've got to have that rotation because our guys, again, are just worn out right now. Finance is looking pretty good overall. Let's go look at the transfers real quick. You can see some of the things that are happening. Cleticard wants to leave. We haven't really been using him that much, even as a substitute. We've got some better defenders in the middle right now. So we're going to try and get him to leave. Right now, 6.25 mil, which is about how much he's valued at, I think. Let's see. That's exactly his value. So if we get him for 6.25, awesome. That'll let us buy at least one more player from somewhere else. You can already see a couple of other guys that are coming in, but I'll switch over to this view. We'll go to just the cash transfers. And you can see I have sold... actually, it doesn't show up here. Never mind. It's just going to be... I do have to go back to the other thing. If we go look at the outs, Markovic is leaving. We sold him for 15 mil, a bit less than I would have liked, but we really just weren't using him. We had been using the loan guys. We've got Wood who can play on the right-hand side. Just really haven't been using Markovic as much as I would have liked. I would have liked to have gotten more money for him. We actually got a 20 mil offer for him, but he didn't want to go to Beijing. So the contract was rejected, so I had to get us something for him because I'd already got some other things in the mix. He's what allowed us to get another player, and I'll show you here in just a second. And so Markovic is going on once the transfer window opens up for 15 mil. Not super ideal, but not the worst thing in the world. How much did we pay for him way back when? We paid 12.5. So yeah, we made a little bit of money off him maybe. But he's played well for us. I've been really, really happy with Markovic. No ill will towards him whatsoever. I wish him well for sure. We then have, like I said, Cleticard going out for 6.25, and that's going to help us get these guys. The first guy we got was Kelso Jung, who I've been chasing for a very long time. Not really specifically a position that we need right this second. He can play a really solid striker or attacking midfielder on the right-hand side. I might try and retrain him as a midfielder on the right, or just keep him as a backup striker because obviously Hasnut can't play necessarily every game. Maybe he's going to get tired too. So we might try and play around with some things and see what we can do with that. But I think he's going to be a really solid player. He's at a current 3-star ability, but he can go all the way up to 4.5-star potential. He's another, I think, is he classified still? No, he's not. He used to be a wonder kid a couple years ago when I think I started tracking him, but he's no longer classified as a wonder kid, but he's obviously got a lot of potential, miles and miles of potential. And so we paid 16.25 mil for him, and he's valued at 9.75. So we paid a little bit over maybe for him, but I think he will definitely develop into a 30, 40 million player by the time it's all said and done. So I'm not too worried about that at all. Here's the big one. And the reason we paid this much money for this guy is because that was his release clause. That was the minimum release clause to get him sold. They didn't want to sell him, but he had that minimum release clause. So we went on for him. A really solid 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability goalkeeper. Now, granted, I don't know that I'll still be at OM long enough to see him develop. But, one of the things we've seen as we've moved on to other teams is we've often gone back to our previous team and picked up at least 1 or 2 players to bring over. So maybe a player like this or some of these other guys, Hasnut for sure, would be awesome to bring across to another team and continue on with that. So things like that can help us out a lot. So we're going to bring him in here. He seems like a very solid player, 7.14, 7.16, 7.10 on all the different cups and things he's been playing in. He's actually been playing in the European Champions Cup at a 7.14 rating. Not half bad. In fact, actually, he's from Celtic, isn't he? Or Celtic, however you say it. So we actually went up against this guy. So never mind. There you go. We've played against him. I actually forgot we played against him. Did he actually play in the games that we were playing against? Let's see. We've only played them once. 1-1 draw. And let's see. Yep, he was there. He was the goalkeeper we went up against. And we only scored 1 goal. I think he's probably a decent goalkeeper. I think he's going to be a good player to bring in. So it's going to be awesome to have him for sure. Although I don't know if he can play in the Champions Cup. after we get him. I don't know how that registration works. At least we'll be able to play him in the league, and we still have Anthony, who's doing great. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with Anthony, but he's getting a little bit older. He's 28, and he's not going to get any better. He's got second most clean sheets at the moment, which is awesome. And that's actually with one game in hand for us. But so he's not a bad player. He's going to be a good player, and I actually like having Anthony, but I think this guy is going to be a really good player for us in the long term. So that's the plan. That's the goal. All right, now I'm already 10 minutes into this episode, but I just want to go over some of the transfer news. I'm going to try and do a few more things. We're going to get rid of Kaletakar, try and get somebody else in. Let's look at the squad depth. We still technically need somebody over here on the left-hand side, although once Bob comes back, that will really help us out with the rotation, because we've got a couple guys who can play on the right-hand side. Bob can play on the left, whatever. But I really probably need to try and find at least another midfielder on the left somewhere. Although I will also say that for the second team, Hibbert here is starting to develop a bit. He started off as a 1-star. He's already 1.5 star. His max is 2, but you know, a 2-star player as a backup, I'd be okay with that if we can get up to that. So we'll see. I'll keep my eyes open for something over there, or just another good player to put somewhere. Just have somebody else that can rotate around and fill in some spaces and things like that. So we'll see what we can do. Man, Moyes is already developing a little bit more as well. Good to see that. And yeah, good stuff from all around. Let's jump into the game here today. Today we're going to be playing this team. As you can see, we've got injuries to, that's just a goalkeeper. We got injury to Perez. He's going to be out for 5 more days. We've got injury to use, or sorry, resting for use. He's really tired. He needs a rest. We've got resting for Valade. He's really tired. He needs a rest. Bob is still injured until tomorrow, so he's going to be back tomorrow. So we've got a couple guys out right now that are very critical. I don't know how this match is going to go. I really want this match to go well, but I can't risk these guys. These guys need to be good for us in the long run. So we're going to play with what we got. So here's what we got. Muscogli on the left. Kaletakar, maybe his last game that he ever plays for us, alongside Wood, that matchup that we've had for a very long time. Frederico on the right-hand side. Hibbert on the left, on the midfield. Espolita and Moises in the middle. Spangenberg playing outstanding. 6.98 for a 2-star. Not bad at all. On the right-hand side, he's also got 3 goals, by the way. Allen in the attacking advanced playmaker role, and Hazard up front in their normal positions. Hazard already on 10 goals for the season. Bertelli on 6 goals, which is crazy. Velati on 7 goals. We've gotten some pretty good goals, but again, it's starting to dry up a little bit. So I'm hoping getting some of these guys some rest will help to reinvigorate them and get us back into the prime goal scoring position that we were at the beginning of the season. Go out there and impress me, guys. Now, this is an away game, so gotta be a little careful here, but AS Saint Etienne is not in the best form in the world. Although, again, we're not in the greatest form right now either. At least not as good as I would like. We got the double win, a loss, a win, and a draw. So, not as good as we had been. Picking up that finally picking up that loss really hurts us. But we are currently second place in the league, but with a game in hand. If we win our game in hand, or even if we draw... Oh, man, AS Monaco has caught up with us on goal differential. They were way behind. They were like half of our goal diff a couple games ago. They have really started escalating their goal diff, their goal scoring quite a bit. So we really need to get back into our goal scoring habits of 3 goals, 4 goals per game, things like that, in order for us to really hold on to that goal differential. It's possible that other teams are starting to figure out our formation, though. I have not touched the formation since we started on this at the end of last season, and things started looking pretty good. So maybe that's a mistake, but it's gone so well for us. I was really hoping we could last a little bit longer with that same formation, but we might have to start thinking about changing some things up just to get some stuff in the mix. Oof, that was a close one, guys. That was a close one. A little too close for my taste. We got to throw in here. All the highlights are going for Saint Etienne here, which I don't like. Come on, guys. Don't. Okay, good. Thank you. If you want to kick it over there to the camera guy, by all means, kick it to him. Yeah, they're really starting to shut us down big time. And so I need to make a change somewhere. I need to make a change somewhere. I don't know what that change is going to be. I'm going to think about it. It might be going back to a 4-2-3-1, which we've seen work pretty well for us in the past, but they started figuring that one out, you know, a season and a half, or about a season ago, I should say. And so, actually maybe more, it might have been a season and a half ago that they really started figuring it out. Because all last season, at the beginning of last season, we started doing the 4-2-3-1, and they really started shutting it down. But the season before that, we played well with that formation. So maybe try going back into that, seeing if that gets us a little bit of life. Most of our midfielders on the left and right can also play attacking midfielders. In fact, they probably play better as attacking midfielders on that left and right. So we might switch to something like that. Try that out if this thing really starts to just get stumped big time. Hasn't with the ball though. Oh, I thought he had that one. I was cheering before it even left his foot because I thought he should have had that one in my opinion. All right, we got a throw in here from who's doing our throws? Federico throwing it in. Throws it deep. Big deep throw there. Oh, good header, but the goalkeeper was ready for it. Nothing going there. Deep kick from the goalkeeper. Federico goes up for that one. I don't know how he got back for that after doing the throw in. I'm impressed, but he still missed it, which is not great. Moises tries to get his foot in there. Nothing going. And hopefully we can get something back here. Looks like they're going to get a chance to cross. They are going to get a chance to cross. And over the bar. Thankfully, that is nothing. Again, I would have expected to put at least a goal or two up by now based on the way things started at the season. So the fact that we're still at a 0, really concerning at the moment. In fact, our XG is just not looking good either. I'm not happy with the way things are going. We need to make a change somewhere before this season gets out of hand, because this season's going exceptionally well. And so I really need to make some sort of change. We are going to go ahead and keep doing this thing where, because it does work sometimes, where we kind of go just a little bit wider, really spread them out a little bit. That usually opens it up a little bit more, and at least we get a little bit more looks at the goal, if nothing else. We may not get a lot of extra goals from this, but we get a lot of more chances usually. And so that tells me that eventually some of those are going to turn into goals. And this formation has been outstanding for us almost the entire season. I hate to have to change away from it. Hibbert's on a yellow card and tired and on a 6.5, but we have literally nobody that can play over there. Espolita is not doing too well. We'll change out Espolita for right now. We do have plenty of midfielders at the moment. You know what? Just out of curiosity, if I pushed you up, do I have anybody that can play further up? No, I do not. Just to change something. Why not? Push both our guys up. Still playing as an inverted winger on the left and a winger on the right. I think that's okay. Still kind of playing that mindset a little bit. But let's try pushing you guys up a little bit. Just make a change. You know, why not? All right, nothing yet. Scogli is playing pretty poorly. Do we have anybody that can come in for him? We don't. Federico could come across, but that doesn't really help us. Markovic is still here. Never mind. So yeah, let's move Federico across and bring Markovic in here and see what he can do. He's got a lot more space now because we pushed everybody up. So we'll see if this helps us at all. Moises got in front of that one. Bertelli pushes the ball up. Hasnut is there waiting for it. Hasnut's been a little bit quiet lately. Again, we haven't been scoring goals, so obviously that means Hasnut hasn't been scoring goals. Goals for goal! Yes, Hasnut! Thank you. Thank you, Hasnut. Again, I still feel like we should be winning this game by 3-0 at least, but we'll take a goal. We'll take a goal. Hasnut. I love that guy. I'm glad I mean, it hurt paying that much money for him. But he has been so good for us over the years. Last couple of years, and he's just an outstanding player. Did I already make a second swap? I did. Okay, good. All right, last sub of the game. Really not a lot of people we can sub around here and change around here. We'll bring this Sam guy in here for Hibbert. Just something different. Some energy on that left-hand side. No yellow card, things like that. All right, we got to throw in here. Markovic throws it into Moises. Back to Markovic. Come on, guys, protect the ball here. Allen with the ball. Kicks it up to Hasnut. Hasnut kind of doing a slow turnaround here. Backs to Allen. Up to Hasnut. Hasnut almost gets taken away from him. Gets it over to Spangenberg. There's really nobody. Oh, there is somebody in the middle, I think. Yes, there is. Oh, Allen was there for a second. Markovic now with the ball. Gets over to Allen. Markovic with the ball. Back to Allen. Oh, nope. Nothing going. And are we going to be able to get in front of this? Bertelli does get in front of that one. Back to Allen. Back to... No. No, no, no. Guys, stop. 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 Don't. Not like this, guys. Wow. Better be a miss because the goalkeeper didn't even move. I mean, a 1-0 win is a 1-0 win, but I really feel like it's telling. Oh, I say that. We're speaking too soon. Spoke too soon. It's very telling that we're not winning by as many points as we were at the beginning. We've got to make a change. Come on, guys. Don't give it up here. Seconds left. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what a save by Anthony. What a save by Anthony. Oh, he was offsides anyway. Still an exceptional save. You got to go for that. You know, he doesn't know if he's offsides or not. He's got to go for that, and that was exceptional. Anthony gets over to Wood. I don't like the fact that this is still a highlight. We're already 36 seconds over the time. I was going to say, ref, let's blow this one here. Let's go. They had a better XG than us. It was a good win. I'll take the win, but we've got to make a change. In fact, going up against... it's actually a good time to make a change. And the reason I say that is because we have a practice game, effectively, of sorts. I mean, yes, we want to win this one because we want the money, but this one does not matter in the grand scheme of things. In fact, I meant to show you this competition. We've already qualified. Now, if we lose to Madrid, they could take the first place spot from us, potentially, but I think learning something from this game versus trying to make sure we guarantee the win is probably better because we've already advanced. Let's learn from something from the game and push on and go from there. So I'm going to go away and I'm going to figure out a tactic. I'm going to play this match, and then you guys will see me when we come back for the Strasbourg game, which is a home game. So good stuff. So we'll be right back. All right, we are back for our game against Strasbourg. And actually, you know, before I get into the team and that new formation, I'll show you the results of our game against Real Madrid. We scored 4 goals, I should say, but we gave up 4 goals. So new formation, and it's an attacking formation, so maybe not the best formation to be using on an away against a really good team, but we put up 4 goals. That's awesome. And now, granted, one of those goals was a penalty shot. Hasnut picking up a hat trick, scoring the 8th, 43rd, and 75th minute, with Espolita picking up a goal just before halftime. But of course, Real Madrid also scoring for fun over here with 4 goals themselves. So, I mean, it might be one of those tactics we just use at home or something like that, where we have our home fans and things like that, and we can be more aggressive. We're going to play it today. As you can see, I showed you already. Also, real quick, the Cleticar transfer has been approved. So he will be leaving us at the beginning of the year, 6.25 mil. So we still have a little bit of money left over that we can do some stuff with. We'll see what we can do. But anyway, here's the team we're bringing today. Anthony, of course, playing back here. Pascagli on the left, Wood and Perez in the middle. Federico on the right-hand side. Espolita and Moises playing some Mazzaleros in the midfield. Velati on the left. Spangenberg on the right-hand side with Allen playing his normal role in the middle. Allen's on a really bad... Actually, we've got several guys on a really bad last 5 games. And then, of course, Hasnut playing up front in his normal position. Yeah, we're playing a Shadow Striker with some Mazzalas, you know, trying to just mixing things up a little bit. We'll see what happens here. See if this works for us. I'm going to leave Bob on the bench because I would like to get him in for a little bit of fitness. He can only play up to 45 minutes. I would like to try and bring him in at some point. But yeah, let's go ahead and go to the game. Home game again. Hopefully we can be pretty aggressive here. But we also do know that Strasbourg is a good team. They've matched up well against us in the past. So we shall see. And if this formation doesn't work, I might also try out a diamond. Diamond could be pretty good because we do have a couple guys that can play striker. Allen and Hasnut can both play really strong striker, with Moises playing as the advanced playmaker in the middle or something like that. So that could be a solid one for us. We have Pobeka can play a good defensive midfielder. So we have options. The only thing with that one would be Bob and Veladis would not be able to feature anywhere. Or Vlade. When I say Vladis, Vlade. All right. We also do have, of course, a couple more players coming in at the beginning of the year, so that could give us some lift as well. Come on, guys. This is a Gegenpress as well, by the way, if you didn't see that. So we're definitely playing a little bit more of a pressing game, although we're not using a pressing forward at the moment. So maybe not try quite the full motif there. Hasnut gets the ball, gets kind of tackled a little bit there. Able to use some of his speed, get across. Velati is there. Velati. Oh, man, I love that guy. That guy's been signing of the season so far. Absolutely signing of the season. I mean, there's been some other guys that have been really strong as well, but Velati's just been outstanding. And Hasnut there, man, look at that. Getting crabbed up, getting kind of tripped up a little bit, able to get past his people, power through them, see Velati on the other side of the field, get a good pass to him, and boom, there you go. Come on, guys. I want 4 goals in this game. Skogli gets his head on that one. Doesn't look like we're going to get possession of this highlight yet. Deep kick up. Oh, terrible play there. Terrible play there. Oh, my goodness. What a bad play. You can't go up for those unless you know for sure you're going to be able to get them. Giving up a goal like that is just pathetic, quite frankly. I'm not going to watch that again. That was bad enough to see the first time. Same formation that they have, to be fair. I mean, we don't know what positions these guys are playing in, but same basic formation. Cannot believe we get able to go like that. I mean, that's the one thing, though. This is an attacking formation, a lot more aggressive. We are going to give up more goals, but the plan is that we put up more goals than the other team scores on us. So we'll see. We'll see if it works out. Biscagli with the ball, kicking it deep up. Espolita is there. Has the chance here. Go him and the goalkeeper. I mean, come on, buddy. You gotta do something better there. It's just you and the goalkeeper. You gotta get a score there. We'll go remove the get stuck in thing. We're getting a few yellow cards here. I mean, we're on a 1.87 XG, so I feel like we're getting a lot of chances here. Just nothing going into the back of the net like I would like to see. So we'll stick with it for a little bit longer. But Federico with the ball here. Gets it across to Perez. Perez up to Spingenberg. Tries to get up to Hazard. Terrible pass there. I don't know what that was. Really just making some pretty big mistakes here. Federico gets his head on that one. Trying to kick it up to somebody, but again, not really looking to see where the players are. So making some bad passes here is what's happening. Oh, Hazard with a great takeaway. He turns around. He does go for goal. It's wide right. I don't know, buddy, if I would make that shot. I think I would have tried to slow up, do something else, try to get somebody else involved. But we'll go with it. I mean, we're dominating the XG, just not dominating the goals. This feels like last season, right? Lots of opportunities where we had some good XG, but not really putting it into the back of the net like I would like to see. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll keep it going for now. I mean, tons of shots, tons on target, lots of corners. Possession is slightly in our favor, not by much. Just really not getting the goal scoring that I would like to see. Our Espolita on a yellow card and I'm not sure why we didn't have Bertelli in there. I honestly was not paying attention, apparently. I mean, I do know we're trying to rest a few people here and there, and this is probably a game that is worth resting Bertelli a little bit. Wood with a goal there, and we needed that one. But I kind of feel like if we end this game 2-1 right now, that I'm still not convinced of this formation, because that's a corner kick. I mean, that can, or a free kick, I should say. Basically a corner kick. It's not too far off from being a corner kick, but it's basically that's not the formation. You know, that can happen with any formation. So unless we get another score here, I'm not sure if I'm going to feel like this is quite the right formation yet for us yet. All right, we'll do another substitute here. Moyes is extremely tired. We're bringing combo in here. I haven't played him a lot, but he's played pretty well for us when we have brought him in. All right, we got to throw in here. Good. Oh, got his foot in there. Unfortunately, Allen was not able to do anything else with that. Woods. Wait, what was someone in there? He handed the ball. Oh my goodness. I mean, we're just going to go as is, I guess. I mean, I hate, the biggest problem with this is that it's going to make it hard for us to really tell if this formation is doing anything. We'll bring in use here and just go with that. Go without the attacking midfielder. I really wanted to bring Bob in. We've already done our 3 subs. Combo, kick the ball up to Perez. Gets it up to Velade. I mean, we should definitely be backing off the attacking mentality, to be fair. And I guess I will. I'll just go back down to balanced for now. Spangenberg. Back to combo. Spangenberg with the ball. Gets it up to Velade. Not really able to do much with it. He's Use able to come up with this one. Biscagli up to Velade. Again, taken away from him. Bertelli over to Biscagli. Now Velade's got some space, finally. We'll be able to get a good cross here. He has Newt. And that's before we change the mentality. So that feels pretty good right there. That's what we want to see. We want to see Velade getting out wide a little bit and being able to kick it inside here to Hasnut. Again, we don't have anybody to change out. So most we can do is maybe drop down to a little more cautious here. Why Why are you not letting me make a change? Game's being goofy again. Game's being angry with me. All right, well, there's a win. It counts. I'm not sure how I feel about the formation yet, to be honest. I may go back to the 4-4-1-1 for the next game just because it is an away game against a top-ranked team. Like, I think number 5th ranked team. I think it's Renee here. But we might give this formation a couple more shots at home just to see. Man, wood. Oh, well. Is what it is. A couple of people getting pretty tired. Hasnut obviously doing what Hasnut does. Well, I mean, it's a pair of decent games. We did. I mean, you guys saw the 2 wins, of course, the AS Etienne and Saint Etienne and the Strasbourg wins. So that's 2 wins, but then of course the draw in the middle. We do have the game against Renee here. Next game, you guys probably see. I'll probably come back for the Paris SG and the RC Lines games because obviously those are 2 really, really important games for us. And by then, I think we'll have figured out if this new formation is worth keeping or not because I'll have played it probably in this game as well as the Celtic game, and that will have been. Well, that's 4 games. That's pretty close to how many I would like to play just to see if it does anything for us. We'll see. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.